The title of this video is "What the heck is Logan Paul doing?" And if you don't know who Logan Paul is, he is a very famous YouTuber, got real famous on Vine, and then has amassed millions of followers on his social media. But recently he put a video up that he should not have put up, which was about him visiting the suicide forest in Japan. You've probably already seen this. It's going to be all over the news. But the point I made this video is because, unlike many people, unlike many people I know, who other than my Marine friends and my Navy and Army and Air Force and Coast Guard friends, if you have not been in the military or been a police officer or something like that, you don't tend to run into dead bodies or find them. And I've had the unfortunate circumstance in my life of finding a dead body once, and also witnessing a suicide once, and also preventing a suicide. So first of all, the reason I'm making this really quick is because these things are not a joke. I'm 38 years old now, and the impact that seeing those things makes on you emotionally and mentally is real. I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, you just tough through it and you get through it. And, both those circumstances, finding a dead body once and then witnessing a suicide, both of those kept me up all night, that night that I witnessed it. And they stay with you. I mean, I think it'd say something about you if it didn't stay with you. It's probably even worse. But the truth of the matter is that, you can even virtually secondhand experience these things. You didn't have to be in the suicide forest for you to be negatively impacted by the images and the video and his reaction and that whole thing. So, when I was in college once, after a show, we had come back to unload all of our gear and our equipment, and I put everything back in my car, and we noticed a car door open in the parking lot, and there's this person just laying in the front seat. It turned out that they were homeless, but they had passed away. And it was the most eerie thing ever to try to wake someone up, and it's not that they were sleeping, they were just dead. So that stayed with me for quite a while. And then a couple of years ago, we were, as a family, driving to a beach event with our friends from church. And as we were crossing over the Coronado Bridge, we were literally 10 feet from a dude who just jumped and just literally hopped it like it was a white picket fence in a front yard. And that just totally threw me, because you start thinking like, well, what if we got there 2 seconds earlier and you jump on him, or trip him or tackle him or something. One of my friends, Derek, reminded me, well, what if he grabbed you and took you over? I was like, that's actually a good point. So I don't know about that. And then that stayed with me for a long time too, because it was kind of surreal. I was like, I can't believe this just happened, and my kids saw it, and we had to explain in a way they could understand like what happened, but not graphically. And I couldn't sleep that night either. And it really just messed with me, because I kept seeing it over time and time again. So first of all, I feel bad for anyone who saw the video. I also feel bad for Logan Paul, because that's something that he's going to have a hard time unseeing, or may not be able to unsee at all. And it's not appropriate content for a channel. It's not appropriate content for YouTube. I know that there are people who enjoy seeing this kind of thing, and it's unfortunately mentally unhealthy. It's emotionally unhealthy, and doesn't help anybody. It stays with you, and then you end up transferring that to other people, and you don't know that you do until people tell you, hey man, this isn't cool. But unfortunately, depending on people's emotional state, someone could be losing sleep and upset, and right now you're probably thinking, oh, well, you're just being overly sensitive and da-da-da. Well, that's fine, but I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I've witnessed it, and it takes a toll on you, even if you're tough. So ask anybody that who's served and that privately has taken someone else's life or witnessed dead people. It's not something you get over easily. If you unfortunately had seen it and you are having a hard time processing what you saw, you need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to somebody who can help you kind of understand the feelings you have and the thoughts you're having, and then move forward from that. And then if you really need professional help, then you need to get professional help, and you should. Professional help is there to help you. It is not a sign of weakness. It is not a sign of maturity or immaturity. It's not a sign of masculinity or emasculinity. It has nothing to do with that. This has to do with you taking care of you. If I broke your arm, you wouldn't go, oh, well, I'll just put my feelings down and won't worry about it. That's you got to take care of this stuff. If it's brewing and underneath in your soul, in your heart, in your mind, you got to take care of it. So if you need professional help, get professional help. This video is not monetized because it shouldn't be. This is a video to help people understand what they saw if they did, and there should be no ad revenue generated from his video, from this one, or any other video about this topic. But what's required of you is being honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself if you are having trouble with this, if you need to talk to somebody, if you have been affected negatively by what you saw, or if you are in a position where you feel like you need help. You need to get help, and it's okay to get help. The National Suicide Prevention line is down in the comments box if you need that. And if you need local help here in San Diego, you need to talk to someone you can trust. You can actually email me, and I'll tell you who I've spoken to in the past about this topic and others. Someone I highly trust in town and have shared the most difficult parts and challenges of my life with that person, and has become a very trustworthy I'm trying to say, like, sounding board when I deal with these types of mental and emotional things that I've dealt with in time. So I'm happy to pass on that information to you privately. You just have to email me, and we'll go from there. All right, thank you guys. Hope you're off to a good 2018. I have another video to make about what's going on so far this year. I just made this one really quick on the fly because I've been in this situation where I've seen this stuff firsthand, and it sucks. So next time, if you see someone post something like this and the description or the title says that the content is what it is, then just choose to watch something else. You can find something better to use your time with and use your attention with. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I'll check y'all later. Bye.